What's up, everybody? Tom here. After an amazing first week of NFL football, some seriously amazing games, I have updated my power rankings. Top 10 ready to come out after the first week's games. There's going to be a little bit of a shakeup on a lot of these teams. Wasn't sure what to expect coming in, but now we know a little bit more. And things have definitely moved around. Maybe we'll see if it was just some early September game issues and some early team issues with a lot of changes, or maybe we'll see if some of these teams are actually bad and or good. Okay, so starting out at number 10 on week 2's power rankings, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, the Chiefs lost. Not a lot of teams that lost got to get to stay on the power rankings. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs. They have Andy Reid. They have Patrick Mahomes. They still have some really good, amazing defensive players. They didn't look good when they were playing on Friday night. They really didn't, in a lot of different ways. There were some glimmers of the Chiefs of old, but there was a lot of issues. And the fact they are now out Rashee Rice and now Xavier Worthy for an extended amount of time. Travis Kelce did not look as good as he has in the past. He's getting older. There was some glimmers of the old Travis Kelce. He also did basically dislocate his team member's shoulder, so there's that. Patrick Mahomes was the leading rusher, and he didn't even rush that many times. There was a lot of issues with the Chiefs. I'm not going to say they're out. I'm not going to say they're going to be bad this year. Not yet. With Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs have shown time and time again that even if they start out slow, they'll still probably make the playoffs. So I'm not going to count them out. Absolutely not yet. We'll see what happens as the season continues, but right now, based on that performance, they're going to be sitting at number 10. Number 9 is one of the only ones that didn't really change from last week. You've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, the Buccaneers won. They did not look very good for a good portion of that game. It seems like they really struggled. I think they still have an amazing team. September football is always a little bit different. Teams are adjusting to new players, adjusting to new coaches. So, not going to take it too seriously yet. They didn't look amazing, but they still did get the win. So they're just going to kind of stand pat, number 9. All right, number 8, pretty decent fall for this team. You have the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Ravens lost in very heartbreaking fashion. They did not drop off of the list just like the Chiefs. They did fall pretty far, mainly because they lost, and there are some glaring concerns on their team. Some defensive deficiencies as the game wore on, and they screwed up pretty bad at the end there. They let the Bills come back and win, and it seems like they kind of tried not to lose, and it cost them the game. But you have Derrick Henry, who looked insane. You have Lamar Jackson, who looks exactly like he has the past few years, which is MVP level. They looked really, really good in a lot of different ways, but they lost. And it's just, give up that kind of lead in the way that they did. What's going to happen when a lot more is on the line? So right now, I just not freaking out totally yet, just like the Chiefs. We're going to drop them down a little bit till we can see a bounce back from that absolute horrifying last-second loss. New to the list this week, I've got the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers played well. They played a lot better in a different way than I thought. The offense was the better part. Aaron Rodgers looked a lot better than he did with New York by a significant margin. If the defense snaps back from a poor performance and the offense can keep going like that, the Steelers could actually be really, really good this year. I kind of had them as a mid-level team, and they might still be. But based on that, if the defense comes back and that offense keeps playing like they did, Steelers might actually have something this time. Moving up one spot solely because they got a win. It was not the prettiest of wins. The offense looked stale. It looked like they just weren't really fully themselves yet. They kind of looked like they did at the beginning of last year before they started growing and grooving and kind of finding their rhythm. So I haven't lost faith yet. I'm teetering. The defense, however, was absolutely bonkers. 6 sacks from 6 different players. Pressure all day. It just seemed like the defense is possibly what was advertised. It was a really amazing defensive game. The offense struggled. The defense is the only reason they were in this. The Titans had 5 or 6 drives start in Broncos territory, and they still couldn't get into the end zone. A couple of those drives were so close, they got field goals out of it. So the Denver defense seemed very amazing. The offense, there's some problems there. They got the win, so they didn't drop down, but we'll see. Number 5 got the Commanders. Now, the Commanders, they played a division rival. Those are always tough games. They did get the win. They had a lot of bright spots. Not going to drop the Commanders anywhere, really. They did jump up a little bit because of the win and a division win, and I still think that their team is significantly better than it was last year, and they were really good last year. Jumping way up, we've got the Los Angeles Chargers. So the Chargers played the Chiefs, and the Chargers just looked like a better team. Their defense looked better. Their offense looked better. They was very well-rounded. Herbert played amazing. The Chargers looked really good. They looked scary. They looked scary good. And, you have Harbaugh at the helm, which, he's a very good coach. I'm starting to worry about the Chargers as far as being a Broncos fan. But Chargers jumped up to 4. If they keep it going and they don't charger this stuff, man, they could be really, really good this year. So that are going to be at number 4 for now. Jumping up the list, also, the Green Bay Packers. They had a dominant win over the Lions, a division rival that has been beating them in Lambeau for years. There was a pretty significant losing streak for the Packers going into this game. Micah Parsons was limited, and their defense still looked amazing. The fact that he is still easing his way into that defense and they were able to put up that kind of performance shows that the Green Bay Packers should be taken seriously. I think one of the weak spots might be getting the run game going. They beat the crap out of the Lions, who won the NFC North last year and was a top team coming into this season. So Packers are number 3 right now. Number 2, the Buffalo Bills. The Bills looked really good for a lot of the game in a lot of different ways. They also looked bad. There was a lot of ups and downs. They started out strong and then kind of faltered. One of the biggest things, though, is that comeback and them not giving up, just trying and pushing and just continuing on. There are weaknesses, yes, and there was some issues there in how they got down by 15 points with that little time left. And that was one of the most fun games I have ever watched in my entire life. I was lucky enough to stream it and pay a lot of very close attention, watching it with my son, and it was a blast. The Bills and Josh Allen, if he can play like this week in and week out, he could win another MVP, and the Bills might actually go all the way this time. And remaining at number 1, it's the Eagles. The Eagles didn't look as good as I thought they would look. They had trouble with Dallas. Once again, though, it's a divisional game. Divisional games are really hard to judge. The Eagles still have a very, very good team. Jalen Hurts ran the ball in twice, and they weren't tush pushes. That's not normal, I feel. So I think the Eagles are still the team to beat in the NFC. They won the Super Bowl. I don't think they got that much worse with losing some guys because of their depth and some of the other players they brought in. Until the Eagles really mess up, they're going to be sticking around at number 1. They're just really good. So the top 10 is as follows. Kansas City at number 10, the Bucks at number 9, the Ravens at number 8, the Steelers at number 7, the Broncos at number 6, the Commanders at number 5, the Chargers at number 4, the Packers at number 3, the Bills coming up to 2, and the Eagles staying at number 1. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please like and subscribe. It will help out a ton as I try to grow this channel. Help let me know what kind of content you guys like. Thank you, and I appreciate the support. Have a good one.